Yes, YouTube, we are back for some more live geography revision, getting you ready for those summer exams 2025. Oh, it's not long now, is it? How long is it? How long is it to the exams? Paper one, 16 days. 16 days to paper one, I think it is, something like that. And paper two, this one that we're talking about today, 39 days, 6th of June, I think it is, but 39 days. So yeah, they're coming round fast, but hopefully you're well on with your revision at home. And tonight we're going to help you out a little bit as well with that revision. Thank you for joining us live. We love the fact that you join us live, but if you are watching on catch up, yeah, we appreciate that as well. And also a lot of you I know are watching it as a podcast. So you might be laying on a sunny beach somewhere, or I don't know, walking the dog, somewhere nice rather than stuck inside like I am at the moment, and listening to this podcast. Yeah, wherever you want to do your revision, wherever it helps, then yeah, go for it. I'm well up for that. We're going to hit us up in the chat and see who's here in a second. So let us know if you're here, and if you join us for tonight's revision. Tonight's revision is going to be based on paper 2, urban issues and challenges. And this stuff is for the 6th of June, but it's never too early. I know you're probably focusing on paper 1 revision at the moment, but paper 2 revision is also in the importance list. So yeah, all paper 2, question 1, urban issues and challenges tonight. So let's have a look who we've got. We've got the moderator. Good to see you, Mod. Thanks for joining us. Hey, I've got some news for you, actually, your NEA result, but I'm not going to publicly do it on YouTube. So anyway, come and see me tomorrow. James, excellent. First in the chat officially as a student. James, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us on tonight's live stream. And hello to the family as well if they're watching. A big hello to the family. And always the regulars are here. Harry, thank you so much for joining us for our live stream this evening. And Bruno as well. Yes, Bruno is here as well. Your revision's coming on really well. And I was really impressed with your exam answer, actually. Yeah, in the holidays. If you are at our school and you are revising, obviously, and you want to submit an exam answer for checking and marking, yeah, upload it to our Showbie digital page, and I will mark those pretty much within 24 hours of you completing them, and I'll give you some feedback. Remember, the best way to get ready for this year's exams is to do the past papers. Have a go at the past papers. Try and do all 7 of them. I think there's 7 now in total. All 7 paper 1s, all 7 paper 2s, and you'll be well on with some good practice then, ready for the big exams. Right, without further ado then, I think we're going to get cracking because I want to get finished a little bit earlier today. I want to meet that 7 o'clock deadline, if not slightly earlier, because it's so nice. The weather is so nice outside. The sun is shining. It's beautiful. So I want to finish my revision outside later on tonight. Okay, so are we ready? Cup of tea? Check. Oh, named after the channel, cup of tea and case studies. Biscuit? Check. Gone for a rocky biscuit. A bit of geology in there. I should have used this one for when I did natural hazards and things like that. And coast, the rocky biscuit. That would have been good, wouldn't it? I know it's pretty bad stuff here, isn't it? But there we go. We'll go along with it. Rocky biscuit. And I think we're ready. So let's get down to business. And hopefully you've got the things you need for today's revision. So let me just get this camera in position and show you what you need. If you're a newbie, we love a newbie. Yeah, we love newbies joining the channel. If you are a newbie, hit that subscribe button. We are one of the fastest growing live revision YouTube channels in the UK on YouTube, because we're probably the only one. But anyway, we are obviously one of the fastest growing UK-based revision-based geography YouTube channels. Yeah, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. We have got them every Monday up to the last exam, excluding next Monday, which is a bank holiday. There's no... Yeah, I'll do a live stream next Monday. I've got nothing else to do. I'll do a live stream next Monday. We'll have one every Monday up to the exams. Yeah, that's the plan. And that means we've got about 6 or 7 Mondays left. So there we go. Right, let's have a look what you're going to need for tonight's live stream event. Present, share screen. Here we go. The regulars know how to do this. There we go. So you've got your piece of A4 plain paper if you're doing it live. You've got I've got a highlighter today. I don't know, I normally use that, but pencil, ruler, pencil, crayons. That's why I said pencil. Oh, there we go. An array of pencil crayons, nicely sharpened, ready for use, and a pen. That's it. That's all you need to get involved in tonight's revision. Bring your brain power as well, because there will be some interaction and quizzing and stuff like that along the way. So let's see if there's any more comments. Yes, they're all watching. Honestly, appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching the channel. It makes it worthwhile. I appreciate it, honestly. You guys are awesome. Right, let's zoom in then and get started. So we're going to look at today paper 2. By the way, all the paper 1 sections are now available on the YouTube channel. We've done one for natural hazards, one for living world, one for coasts, one for rivers. They're all available. Check them out on the channel if you want those ones. Now, paper 2. Here we go. Paper 2. Urban issues and challenges. Issues and challenges. There we go. That's our title. Paper 2, Urban Issues and Challenges at the top. There we go. Just zoom in so you can see what's going on here. And then we'll focus it in. There we go. Urban Issues and Challenges. This exam is on the 6th of June, 2025. And it's in the afternoon, this one is. PM. Okay? PM. If you're watching from other schools, you may do slightly different case studies to us that we're going to cover today, but it's up to you. You can learn this one, or you can learn the ones that your teachers have done for you already. It's up to you. So in this section, guys, you need to know 2 cities. You need to be experts in 2 cities. One city in an LIC/NE country. First quiz question. What does NE city stand for? What does NE city stand for? NEE. What's an NEE city? Or an NEE country? Can you name a NEE? What does NEE stand for? NEE. And the answers are coming in. Let's have a quick look. Yes, well done, Bruno. A newly emerging economy. Newly emerging economy. Well done. So here's another little quiz question. Yes. Yes. Tay, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. You are a legend as well. Thank you to all our legends for joining the live stream tonight. Can you tell me, okay, what a NE is. Can you tell me what BRICS stands for? BRICS. I'll put it in the chat. Which countries make up the BRICS? There you go. So who are the BRICS? Can you name the BRICS? Bit of revision for you there. Fastest finger. In fact, where's my let's get a scorecard up here. We'll get a scorecard. You can only be in the scoring game if you join the chat, because obviously I won't know if you've got the answer. A country experiencing rapid economic growth. Ooh, Bruno. We've got James, we've got Harry, we've got Tay. So at the moment, I know I've got a few. Okay. So who got the newly emerging economy one? That's Bruno. So Bruno's got one. He's also the first to get this one. I don't know if this. Oh, and no, he hasn't got it. He hasn't got it because he hasn't got the S. He hasn't got the S, guys. He hasn't got the S. Oh, you've missed one out, James. You've missed one out. Come on. Oh, no, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. I don't know if that counts, that, Bruno. Without typing it all out again. Okay. Yeah, so, James, you missed out India, BRICS. And obviously, Bruno, you've just cheekily added South Africa onto that list. I'll give you it. Bruno, 2-0. Okay. So, there you go. Thanks, James. Maybe I should give it Tay. Maybe I should give it Tay. You're the first person apart from not spelling south with a capital S. The rest of them are correct. Okay, so I'm going to be kind and give James one and Tay one as well. Well done. Okay, so which city did you study that was either an LIC or a NE city within a, yeah, so which city did you study? Which LIC or NE city did you study for urban issues and challenges? Quick. It was Mumbai. Mumbai with its slumbai. Yeah, it's got its big slums, and we looked at that as our case study. So we're going to spend the first half of this session looking at Mumbai and Dharavi, the slum. Okay, so head over to the top left-hand corner then. Let's get learning about Mumbai. Oh, over here. Okay, so if you're asked in your exam to write about a NE city, newly emerging economy city. Yeah, our NE city is Mumbai, which is in the country of India, which is one of the BRICS, obviously. Yeah. So it's Mumbai, India. It's a BRIC. It's one of our BRIC cities. Fantastic. Right, let's go on to the location. So with every case study, you need to know its location. So we'll draw a couple of little map pins. Here we go. So first thing is it's India's most important city. And I'll tell you why in a short time. It's India's most important city. Okay. It's not the capital. Quiz question. Which city is the capital city of India? For a point on the quiz, which city is the capital city of India? Mumbai is the most important, but not the capital. Don't be cheating on Google. Don't be asking AI. Oh, God, he's too fast. Do I give it to him? He hasn't used a capital D. I don't know. If I'm being strict now. Tay, you've got that. Spelling, punctuation, and grammar in geography is very important, and every place should have a capital letter. Every compass direction should have a capital letter. Well done, Bruno. I'm just messing about, but yeah, make sure you use capital letters. Whereabouts is Mumbai? So it is in West India. I will draw a little map in a minute. It's in West India. Let's draw a quick sketch of India. Apologies if... But basically, it's like a triangle, but it's upside down. And, Mumbai is over here. Mumbai is on the west coast. Up here is the capital city, which is New Delhi. Which is important. The reason why the capital is inland is to help develop the internal area of the country. Otherwise, all the money and things would be at the coast, because that's where Mumbai is. So Mumbai is there. So let's put it on the map. West coast. Okay. A couple of other things. It is on an area of land. Oh, here's a quiz question. It's on an area of land surrounded by water on 3 sides. What is that called? What do you call an area of land with water on 3 sides? Who knows that one, eh? On our quick quiz, because that's what it is. So it's a coastal city. It's going to use a capital for everything, though. Correct answer is yes, it's a peninsula. Well done. So it's a coastal city. It's a peninsula. Yeah. Which is a city surrounded by water on 3 sides. So it's down here, a peninsula. Good. It is in the state, which is like saying the county. It's in the state of, let me just get this right, spell it right, M-A-H, Maharashtra. So it's spelled Maharashtra, and it's pronounced Maharashtra. Maharashtra. My Punjabi is coming on very well. And the population is 21 million people. So there we got a little fact file there for our case study, city of Mumbai, India. Let's just name the water that's next to. So I'm just going to name the water here. It's going to be the Arabian Sea. The Arabian Sea is the sea that's next to Mumbai, which is really important for trade, imports, exports. So I'm just going to put that over here. Yeah, the Arabian Sea. Right, I think we're pretty good there with that little intro. Oh, sorry, guys. Just realised I'm off the... let me just move that over there. There we go. Right, so there's our little intro slot. Okay. Right, now we're going to talk about the importance of Mumbai. So sometimes you get like a 2-mark question. Why is Mumbai important? So let's hit us up in the chat, guys. For every correct answer you give, you might get a point in our quiz. Why is a Mumbai an important city in Asia? I'm just going to put a little sub in here. Importance of Mumbai. Trying to be as neat as possible, guys, here. Importance of Mumbai. Let's give it a little rosette. First, that's like a little rosette that you win when you do sports day or something. Yeah. So why is Mumbai important? I'm going to add something here. It says India's most important city economically. I'm going to put economically. So for money. Yeah, let's just make some coins there. Yeah, so it's India's most important city economically. So it has a really strong economy. They're just coins there, look. There we go. Excellent. Right, what have we got then? Trade. Excellent. Number one, pretty much number one answer, that is. Trade, good. Lots of businesses. Like what, James? Like what? What business do we have there? And Bruno, do you know what they trade? What sorts of things they might buy and sell? Shipping routes and trade. Yeah, good. So you've all got a point there, James, Tay, and Bruno. But yeah, if you know any businesses in Mumbai, possibly, that might be quite good. And also things like what are they known for exporting would be quite good as well. Okay, importance then. Let's go for this. I'm going to go for 3 reasons why Mumbai is important. This has been on the exam once before, and it was for 2 marks, okay? It said, give a reason why your niece city is important. So, let's go for 60% of India's trade which is going to be exports and imports, passes through the port of Mumbai. So it's a really important economic centre for trade. So let's draw a boat up here, like a cargo ship. There we go. Just so we can remember in the exam, oh, that's where that cargo ship was. 60%. I'm going to colour that in. 60%. Underline the word trade. There we go. That stands out a little bit more. Passes through Mumbai. There's my boat. And we know that because it's on the sea. There we go. Fantastic. Right. So 60% of the goods pass through Mumbai. It's very much part of, let's draw a globe here. As the UK, quickly draw Europe and Asia and Africa. There we go. So I draw a quick globe because it's going to be part of global trade. Mumbai is a global city. It's a global hub. It has global trade passing through it all the time. So I'm going to write here global trade. So it's important for global trade. It's India's gateway to global trade. There we go, global trade. which is also part of globalization. It's a global city. People visit it from all around the world, tourists, tourism. So globalization and global trade will feed into this city. So this city is really important for all of these things. Couple of companies that are located in this area are, let's try and draw a badge here. We've got hello. Hopefully the sound's come back, guys. I know a few of you there dropped out on the sound. Is the sound back now? Hopefully it's back for you guys. I don't know what happened there, actually. Strange. Very strange. Or maybe, let me just switch over my... should be all right. Should be okay. Right, let me know if it goes off again. Thanks, guys. So, as I say, it's very important for global trade, global business, globalization. Lots of people will travel to the city. It's also got VW cars manufactured there and Disney. Oh, we seem to be having a problem here. Let me just switch my sound to audio. Let's switch the sound over. Let me just try and do this. Hello, 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 hello. Right, hello, can you hear me? Hopefully you can. Right, let me just see if that works. If not, I'm going to switch over to the webcam sound as well. Sorry about the interruptions, guys. Let me just stick that on. But it looks like the batteries are going... Oh, no, it's gone again. Right, here we go. Settings, audio. Okay, hello, hello. Okay, so we've gone to the... It won't be an issue now. We've gone to the webcam microphone, so the sound might not be that great. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now on the microphone? Let me know in the chat, guys. Sorry about the little interruptions. Let me know. Oops. Is it working? Is it working? Yes. Thank you, Mod. Appreciate that. Thank you. Right. Okay. The sound might not be quite as good as it normally is, but let's just see how we get on. Apologies. My wireless mic is... The battery's gone, so that's why. Sound is working. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully you can. Right. Okay. Number one. So we said about trade, exports and imports through the port of Mumbai, globalization, global trade, and VW cars and Disney. The next one is what James was saying. Quaternary and tertiary employment. So there's lots of jobs here in Mumbai, a range of jobs that you can do pretty much like you can do in London or Manchester or Birmingham, a huge range of jobs that you've got, such as, e.g., we've got aerospace. So things like aviation jobs, manufacturing of airplane engines, perhaps, and things like that. Medical, I'm going to put pharmaceuticals, pharmaceutical industry, or / medical. So a lot of medicines are manufactured in Mumbai, as well as digital media. So let's add that one. I'm just going to put IT, just because I'm running out of space. IT jobs. So there's loads of jobs there, lots of variety of work. in particular in tertiary and quaternary sector jobs. Okay, some of their main exports are textiles as well. So textiles is something that they tend to sell quite a lot of. Last but not least, why is Mumbai important? Mumbai generates 6% of India's total GDP. Again, hit us up in the chat, guys. What does GDP stand for? 6% of India's GDP is generated in Mumbai, which is fantastic. What does GDP stand for? A bit of revision there. He's too quick there. Well done. Gross domestic product, the total value of goods and services of a particular area. Oh yeah, we call it GNI as well. You can have that as well, James. Gross national income, yeah, GNI. GDP or GNI. Well done. Good stuff. Right. Should have perhaps called it GNI with it being AQA. They do prefer that one. Right, what we're going to do now is going to have a look at the opportunities and challenges of Mumbai. Okay. So opportunities and challenges of Mumbai. Now, the place that we looked at was Dharavi. So Dharavi, let's get that on there. So Dharavi is Asia's largest slum. Okay, so Dharavi is Asia's largest slum. There is 1 million people that live in there. It's about the size of Birmingham. Can you imagine that? Live in a slum that's got as many people as Birmingham has. This is all within like 1 to 2 square kilometers. So it's like so overcrowded. Anyway, Asia's largest slum, about 1 million people. And a slum is basically an area of unplanned development, basically. That's why it forms. So let's have a little look then at Dharavi. We're going to go for opportunities. This is what the question will be. Discuss the opportunities of a knee city that you have studied, or discuss the challenges of a knee city that you have studied. So we're doing case studies today, guys. And without case studies, your geography will not have legs. To run through this exam and get some great grades, you've got to have legs. And which is your case studies. So here we go. Opportunities and challenges. So I'm just going to draw a little table. Okay, in the chat now. Ooh, this is a good question coming in. Sir, is the paper 2 like paper 1 where the 12 marker is always the first question? It is, yeah. So your 12 marker will always be the urban issues and challenges section where you'll have a SPAG. And the chances are you're going to need a case study where you are going to need case studies for that 9 marker. So you're probably going to need either this one or London, one or the other. Okay. So knowing these is going to be really important. Right. Can I talk about Rio? Of course you can. Yeah. If you're from a different school and you've done Brazil is a knee country. And absolutely, yeah, you can talk about Rio. You can talk about Sao Paulo, whichever one that you study. Okay. Absolutely right. I'm going to talk about Mumbai and Dharavi. That's the ones that we do. So here's up in the chat, guys. What are the opportunities of living in Dharavi? What's the positives of living in Dharavi, in the center of Mumbai, India's most important city, most economically thriving city? Hit us up in the chat, guys. Why is it such a great place to live? What opportunities do people have living in Mumbai city and in particular Dharavi? Sorry, I'm just letting my cat out. he's in the room. I've trapped him in the room. Anyway, opportunities of living in Mumbai, opportunities of living in Dharavi. What have we got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got about 6, I think. Can you do Rio by any chance? Yes, you can. Of course you can. Yeah. Yeah, you can do Rio, absolutely. Just make sure you know the opportunities of living in Rio, so the positives, and make sure you know the challenges of living in Rio de Janeiro, okay? That's what they're going to ask you. They might ask you just to discuss opportunities. They might ask you to do challenges. They might ask you to do both. So just make sure you cover both opportunities and challenges of that. Okay, we got the answers coming in then. Let's have a look. Community spirit, absolutely. Like, these people are in poverty. Life is tough, but they stick together. They've got that community camaraderie. They look after each other. They watch each other's backs. They sit out on the streets in the evening and chat, which I think is lovely. We should do that in England more often, sit out with the neighbours. Yeah, all that sort of good stuff. Right, let's have a look then. Any others? So you can have a point, Bruno. Bruno, you're on 5, by the way. James is on 3. Tay's on 3. Harry has gone to... I don't know where Harry's gone. I think he's disappeared. And we've got DP. DP's joined and said street food. Yeah, it's informal economy. Yeah, people making money from, selling things on the street. Food is one of them. And, yeah, street food is really nice. So I'll give you a point for that. Yeah. I imagine some of the cooking in the slums is really good, especially in India, flavoursome food. Overcrowding is not an opportunity. That would be a challenge. So we'll come to that in a minute, Tay, probably. Jobs. Okay, jobs. Well done. James, you got another one? Okay, let's get into this then, guys. Let's have a look at the opportunities of Mumbai. So, first of all, income. I'm just going to put a star here. Wages are 3 times higher than rural areas. So if you live in the slum, because you're near to the city of Mumbai, jobs pay so much better. Okay, wages are 3 times higher than surrounding rural areas. Next one, this could be a positive and a negative. To the government, it's a negative, but to the people, it's actually a positive, okay? Which is, it has a thriving informal economy. A thriving informal economy. So lots of jobs here are classed as the informal economy, which obviously that's kind of like enterprise. You can set up your own business, entrepreneurship. You might think, oh, I've got an idea. Let me set up my own business and my own street store. Maybe it's street selling food. Yeah, but you can be enterprising. You can be entrepreneurial. And there's some great jobs jobs in pottery sector. So Dharavi is really famous for pottery. So they sell it to the rest of areas of India and also abroad. And it's really famous for its pottery. Pottery and textiles, which we've already had. Bruno said textiles, and also recycling. Recycling jobs. The government don't know that they're doing them. They get paid to do them, cash in hand jobs, and it's all part of the informal economy. So imagine, you won't be able to do this, I don't think, but imagine working, getting paid, and keeping all the money for yourself. I'd love to do that. It's called the informal economy. Working for yourself, self-employed, keeping all the money, cash in hand jobs. Problem is, you don't get sick pay, you don't get pension, you don't get holidays that are paid for. So there are some downsides to it, but it means you don't pay tax. So I'm going to put here, pay no tax, which to the people is good, but to the government and the country is not that great, because obviously tax money pays for healthcare, education, things like that. So lots of jobs in the informal economy. You can be enterprising, you can be entrepreneurial, get your own business going. Next one is affordable homes. In a slum, homes are very affordable. Affordable housing in Dharavi. You only have to find some materials. Yeah. You have to find basic materials from the local tip, bits of wood, bits of corrugated cardboard, things like that, and you build your own house. So it's really affordable housing. But the key thing is it's close to services such as education and health. So if you live in Darrowby, even though it's a slum, you're not going to be far from a hospital, you're not going to be far from a doctor's, you're not going to be far from restaurants and shops, you're not going to be far from anything that you need, because it's close and you've got cheap housing really close to a central part of the city. Okay, what's also good about living in Darrowby and Mumbai for that matter is 90% literacy rate. So that's people who can read and write at the age of 16. So 90% of people can read and write in Mumbai. And for other areas of India, it's around about 40%. It's as low as 40% in other areas of India. Mumbai is 90% of people can read and write. So education levels are really high. I'm going to go now to Bruno's, where everybody is friends. Let's draw two stick people there holding hands. Yeah. It's a close-knit community. It really is. Everybody looks after each other. There's lots of, people are friends, getting on. Crime is low. Even though this is a poor area, crime is low because people appreciate the hardship that other people are going through. They're trying to in it together, trying to improve their lives for the future. So, there's a lot of friendships made in Darrowby and community spirited. Last but not least is tourism. It sounds a bit weird. It sounds a bit strange, but you might disagree with this. But people, if I don't know, I'm a bit like this. If I went to Mumbai, I'd like to see the slums. I don't know if it's because I'm a geography teacher. I'd like to go on a little tour, walk around, see people's homes, have some cooked food, just see how life is, like absorb life in the slum. And that's what other people do. So we've got tourism. Now, if you live in the slum, you might be able to do your own tours. These are called slum tours. Bit crazy. And they charge around about £10 per person to do a slum tour. So if you're a part of the slum, you can take people around and show everybody there. You might even have like accommodation that you want to let out, like Airbnb style. Like you can stay in the night at the slum. People do that. Think about all these YouTubers and stuff that like to go to places that are interesting. What is more interesting than Darrowby, a slum in Mumbai? Be a pretty cool thing to do. Anyway, there's the opportunities, guys. Any other opportunity? How about Kerala? Yeah, you can do Kerala in. You can. It's another slum in. Is it Kenya? Forgive me. It's in East Africa. I can't remember exactly where. It's either Tanzania or Kenya. Can't remember. I think it's Kenya. Kerala. The food there is good. Trust. Have you been? You've been to Mumbai? I mean, Indian food's amazing. So possibly, if it's just the same as that. Right. Let's go to challenges then, guys. So, what are the challenges of living in Darrowby? Think about it. Yeah, slums are. You've been. Wow, that's incredible. That is incredible. Nice one. Slums are difficult places to live. Okay, the name slum is like a negative term of low, poor class quality of living. What are the challenges of living in Darrowby? What have you got? Give us some answers. Let's have a look. Poor sanitation and disease. Yeah, correct. Bruno, you're flying here. What else have we got? Why else is it difficult to live in Darrowby? Overpopulation. Yeah, absolutely. Well done. DP, you're on 2 points here. Nice one. Any others? Before we go through them, I've got 1, 2, 3, 5. Air pollution. Well done. Yeah, cities have higher levels of air pollution. Quality of the environment tends to be negative. in these areas. So let's put the challenges in then. So first challenge, Tate, let's have a look. Overcrowding, well done. We've got that one. Good, increased risk of disease, reduced water access, high costs. High costs for what, James? High costs for what? What's expensive in the slum? Because the housing's not, because you build it yourself. So what do you think is expensive? I don't know. Right, so the challenges are, let's go for these. Number one, I'm going to do these as little negative arrows, like negative dashes. So our first one is lack of sanitation. Clean drinking water and flushing toilets are not standard in Dharavi, the slum. The majority of people don't have a flushing toilet or be able to wash their hands. The average in Dharavi is one toilet per 100 people. So there you go. Just shows the lack of sanitation. The ability to have a wash in the morning, a shower, wash your hair, clean your hands after you've done something, you know, and flush the toilet, which is the main one. Imagine living in all your excrement and feces and poo because you can't flush it away somewhere safe. In slums, because they're unplanned by the government's not put the services on, there's no sewage systems in these areas. Next one is illness. Let me just try and do someone who's stooped over. Yeah. Somebody who's just been sick. There we go. Sorry about the graphic image there, guys. There we go. Someone been sick. Illness. High rates of illness is in the slum, unfortunately. Illness. Such as cholera, dysentery, which is like upset stomach, dysentery, and tuberculosis. Let's make sure I get this right. Tuberculosis. There we go. Needs to be a doctor here when writing these up. Dysentery, cholera, and tuberculosis. They have around about 500 cases per day. That's just because they can't wash their hands, they can't, clean all that important stuff that helps to reduce disease. That's not there. Another thing they have is, I'll just draw this a little bit graphic here. Let's just put some floating poos there. There we go. This is the water here. In Dharavi, they do have a lot of open sewers. So literally the sewage runs down the streets, which then children play in and all that sort of horrible stuff. And that leads to, obviously, because they can't wash their hands, it leads to illnesses like we just mentioned above. Next one is, which is what Tay said, really, really good, overpopulation. So we've got overpopulation, which means a lack of resources. Overpopulation. So a place is only overpopulated when there is a lack of resources. So in this case, I'm going to put water shortages. Water shortages in these areas, and water is rationed. A bit like food in the war is rationed. Water was rationed between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. So you can only get water between 6 and 10 a.m. because there's not enough water. They don't leave it on all day. You have to go to a little standpipe and collect it. Who's the other one? DP said this one. Yeah, here we go. Poorly built houses increase the risk. Well done, you. Yeah, I'm going to put a flame here. So they make their houses out of plastic sheeting, cardboard, which are all kind of flammable materials. And basically, yeah, they're dangerous. Poorly structured houses. If it's an earthquake area, it can be more of a problem, but and they're flammable. Yeah, so they could easily set on fire. If someone's cooking in the kitchen, set the house on fire, set the slum on fire, and then it spreads quickly along the area. And other challenges is living here is government pressure. Oh dear. So these people are not really supposed to be on this land. It's land that doesn't belong to them. So they do get a lot of pressure from government, which you might say, well, so they should, because it's not their land. But the government are always asking them to move. They're asking them to relocate to other areas, and they don't want to. Yeah, so here we go. Government pressure. Fantastic, yeah. DP, you're doing well. Honestly, you're doing really well. So well done. To be honest, a favela is the same as a slum. They're all the same. They're just different names. So if you've looked at the favelas, did you do the Rashina favela in Rio? Really good study that one is. The difference there is that crime is low. Crime is low in Dharavi, whereas crime is high in the favelas, as you might know. But yeah, well done. Superb. Right, there we go. Opportunities and challenges of our knee city. Right, I'm going to go head up here now to this middle section here. And what we're going to do is a few, what we're going to do here, I've got here rural to urban migration. So people are moving from rural areas of India. So here's my tractor. That's if they've got a tractor. But rural areas of India where farming can be quite challenging. And they're moving to the city, which is Mumbai. And then the slums on the edge here. These are the slums of Dharavi. So you've got the high-rise blocks where millionaires live. Yeah, some of the houses there. So we've got Mumbai here. And Dharavi, that's the slum there. Dharavi. And then here we've got rural India. So people normally move from the south and south and east of India to go to Mumbai. So they're the areas that they're coming from. They're coming from the south and east, often from rural areas. So rural, countryside to urban, which is built up. Rural to urban. So this movement of people is known as what? What's it called when people move from countryside areas to cities like Mumbai? What is that called? There we go. There's a little sketch. Who's up here? Urbanization. Not quite. Urbanization is the growth of urban areas. In fact, we'll put that definition down actually. Migration, yeah, it's a certain type of migration. Migration is the movement of people, so you are right. But what type of migration is it? Any ideas? Okay, this is called rural to urban migration. This happens in Brazil as well. Yeah, rural to urban migration. So people leaving the agricultural areas to go to the cities. We're also going to define urbanization because I know someone's put that in the chat. And that is the name of the topic. Urbanization is the growth of urban areas. That's what urbanization means. So if a city is getting bigger, like Mumbai is every single day, we've got new buildings. That's what urbanization is. But moving people from rural areas to urban areas is called rural to urban migration. Urban sprawl, yeah, is where cities grow outwards, which we're going to mention actually with London. Okay, I'm just going to section this a little bit. No, I'm not going to section it off just yet. Right, we're going to look at urban change. Next, urban change in Dharavi / Mumbai. Because remember, Dharavi is the slum that's in Mumbai. Yeah. So urban change, that sometimes comes up in the exam. So if it asks you to talk about urban change in a knee city, yeah, you can do Dharavi. So in the chat, guys, hit us up. What have they done to improve the slum of Dharavi? And if you're DP, what did they do to improve living conditions in the favelas? So what's been done to improve living standards in Dharavi, Mumbai? I've got 4 strategies, 4 things that they've done to improve living standards. What have we got, guys? I'll give you that list tomorrow as well, Bruno. Okay, I'll give you that list tomorrow of the other things you need to know. The 2 main things in this topic is your 2 case studies. So you really need to know Mumbai. You really need to know London. Other things that come up outside of that, I'm going to cover on the channel as well. You've got sustainability of cities. So sustainable cities and, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the only other major thing that you need to know. So Mumbai, London, and sustainability, they're the key things. We'll cover sustainability on a later video as well. Sustainable cities, which is a bit easier as well. Okay, what have they done in Mumbai or in Racina, Brazil to improve standards of living? Public toilets, correct answer, well done. Right, so we'll put that one on our first answer. Here we go. So we've got the sanitation project. They built toilets. Does that look like a toilet, guys? I don't know. So they had the slum sanitation project. So these are government projects. It was called a slum sanitation project. They built 350 new toilet blocks, which is really important because it brought safety for people going to the toilet at night. Obviously, if you haven't got a toilet in your house or your slum, you have to go and walk to a toilet block. If you've ever been camping or caravanning, you'll know what toilet blocks are like. You walk to them, they've got everything you need. You can wash your hands, you've got toilet paper, you've got flushable toilets. It's all really important for your health. And they're lit up as well, so it's safer for women. It's better for female hygiene and things like that. So it's all good stuff, really good. So they built 350 new toilet blocks, which was actually 7,000 toilets. There you go, times 7,000. 7,000 toilets were built, which was incredible. Good. Other things they did was electrification of the slum. The government paid for electricity to not all the slum, but as much as they can. So this one was called the Slum Electrification Project. Maybe I should put at the top these are government-led here. Government-led projects. So the government-led Slum Electrification Project, and that provided 50% of residents with electric. Now that is massive. Imagine not having electricity, guys, and imagine having it. Like electricity, you can charge your phone, you can have an online business, you can have a laptop, you can have lighting, you've got your electric heating, cooling, air conditioning. In this sort of country, you probably need air conditioning. Electricity changes lives, and that was massive. 50% of the slum was given electricity. Helped to improve people's lives. This one's a big one for Brazil, if DP is there. Self-help schemes. What is a self-help scheme, guys? Hit us up in the chat if you know what a self-help scheme is. Because they did this in Mumbai, and they've also done it in Brazil quite a lot. What is self-help schemes? There we go. drop you in a little bit. There you go. What are self-help schemes? Okay, so governments provide materials to community to build safe housing. Safe and adequate housing, but basically that's what they do. So the government will pay for things like timbers and tiles and bricks, deliver them to the community build the homes together. Imagine that, like your street of where you live, you all build your own houses and stuff. It creates respect in the community. You love your community because you've built it all. You've got basic shelters now made out of brick and concrete and cement. It's fantastic. These are called self-help schemes. They're either government funded or sometimes they're funded by NGOs, like charities, non-governmental organisations. So charities might fund some of these projects as well. Right, let's go on to our final project, which is probably the main one in Mumbai, which was called Vision for Mumbai. So this is urban change, remember, in Mumbai, and the government had a major plan, which was around building these big tower blocks at the edge of Mumbai. So these big, massive tower blocks. Bulldozing the slum, so literally flattening the slum and moving people to live in these tower blocks, like the ones you see in Birmingham or London, these big high-rise tower blocks, moving the people into those tower blocks. It's called the Vision for Mumbai. This was government-led project. It was also top-down, which basically means the government said it was going to happen. Top-down project. We've got this great idea, guys. We're going to flatten your slum and we're going to build you a new basic home in an apartment right on the edge of Mumbai city. So you're going to be right on that edge of the city out the way. Yeah. What else did they promise to do? 10,000 modern apartments they promised to build. So basically, with a few rooms, basic flats, basic apartments, residents would have. So it would have basic facilities. So it would have a toilet, which was good. It would have electricity. So things like toilets, electricity, things like that. So it'd be very basic, but it'll have things, toilets and electric. Yeah, which is good. However, there were some problems with this. And this is why the project has pretty much failed. Because the government were going to get residents would pay rent. Are you joking? So these people live rent-free right in the centre of Mumbai, because Dharavi is right next to the city centre. They've got all the services on their doorstep. They don't have to pay any rent because they've just built a little shack. And then they're going to go, okay, yeah, we're going to move you and we're going to make you pay rent. Yeah, I'm sure the people are going to be happy about that. Another reason why it wasn't a success, this project, is it broke up the community. It broke up the community. So not everybody was going to be able to move. Certain people, I think you had to live in the slum for over 10 years. So you had to live in the slum 10 years or plus to even get yourself into these apartments. That was the kind of like a little caveat, as it were. And most people said, you know what? Actually, my friends are here. I don't want to leave. My family's here. Nan, granddad are in the slum of Dharavi. I don't want to move to the edge of the city, out of the way. Also, on the edge of the city, you've got to pay to put petrol in your car, which they don't have a car, most of them, to get back into the city. So you have this really high travel costs, which they want. Anyway, the biggest issue was many of them were unable to relocate their businesses. So remember, in Dharavi, a lot of people have their own business. They have their own factories. They're making things in textiles. In fact, I should go back over here actually, because Dharawee has a £1 billion economy. So that slum makes £1 billion a year for all the businesses, the textiles, the pottery business. Yeah, it makes loads of money. And those people have businesses. And if they move to the slums on the edge of the city, well, they'll have to leave their business behind. And they weren't happy to do that. So, yeah, lots there on urban change in Dharawee. Okay, let's go to our HIC city then. We're going to have this last bit, this last third of the page over here on our HIC city. So, I don't know which one you did, DP, but our HIC city that we studied was London. Okay, HIC city, London. That's our case study. So if you're asked about HIC city, we talk about London. So let's have a little look. Why is London important? Just going to actually bring that down there. Just cut that section off there. And there we go. So why is London important? Hit us up in the chat, guys. Why is London one of the greatest cities on the planet? Why is it so important? Again, this has never been asked, actually. Oh, no, sorry, apologies. It's been asked once. Why is London important? Why is, for a HIC city that you've studied, why is it important? That's what it would say. For a HIC city you've studied, why is it important? We have got high amounts of tourism. Yep, absolutely. That is one of the reasons. It's the, where is it now? 6th most visited city, I think. Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, 6th most visited city. So we're going to put that there. So it's known as an alpha plus city. So from the animal kingdom, alpha means top. It's the top city in the world. It's classed as globally important, along with New York. So it's an alpha plus city. It's home to the government, UK government. So all of our country is pretty much controlled from London. So it's UK government, and the royal family live there. So that's why it's an important city. Not many countries have a royal family. We do, and they live down in Buckingham Palace, as you know, down in London. So, yeah, it's important because it's got UK government, and a lot of people around the world love the UK royal family. Let's just get a crown there. There we go. The royal family, there we are. It generates 20% of the UK's GDP, or GNI. 20% of UK's GNI, gross national income, is generated in London. Generated in London. Yeah, 20% of the overall wealth, 1/5 of the money this country makes comes from the economy of London. That's how important London is. It creates 1/5 of UK's wealth. It's also a financial centre. So it's important for finance and banking. So it's a global financial centre. So if you're into banking and the maths and things like that, financial centre. The main area is called, I'm going to add it on here, Canary Wharf is the area of East London where a lot of this activity goes on. Making jobs, business transactions, banking transactions for the globe happens down in London. I've got another one here, which is London is a centre for tourism. Centre for tourism. So globally, it's the 6th most visited city. So it's the 6th most visited city. Number 1, I don't know. New York, maybe Dubai. I'm not sure, but anyway, London's number 6. And it's also a centre for tourism and education. So some of the best universities, colleges are down in London. You get a very good education if you live or study in London. Many international students come to study in London. Right, let's hit up the last sections now. We're going to go for the opportunities of London. Why is London an amazing city? What opportunities do you have if you live and work in London? Opportunities of London. Yeah. So what are the positives of London? I've got 5 opportunities. Again, in your exam, it'll say discuss the opportunities of a city, a HIC city. So you would talk about London. Yeah, it won't say London in the question because other students like DP may have done a different city. So opportunities of London, we've got here jobs. Yeah, job opportunities. I've got employment. Yeah. Okay, good. Longer life expectancy. Well done. James, you're catching up, Bruno. Here you're on the same points. Yeah, you do live longer in certain parts of London. So, yeah, absolutely. Right, here we go. Then let's go for it. First one I've got is multicultural. Multiculturalism, or culturally diverse. There's so many different people from so many different religions and backgrounds and countries live in London. It's a cultural melting pot. I absolutely love being down there. You've got things like Chinatown, and you also have a place called Little India in London, again, which has a high Indian population. Chinatown has a large Chinese population. Little India is in Southall. This Little India, culturally diverse, and it's also apparently, I don't know if this is, but it is the UK's most diverse city. The UK's most diverse city. Things like Bradford, Birmingham, I don't know, they're pretty up there. But apparently there's somebody nearly from every country in the world that live or is in London. So all 196 countries. You'll get one person at least from every country found in London. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? What else do we love about London? It's got green space. It's one of the greenest cities in the world. Lots of green space. It's got lots of parks and gardens. Great for exercise, well-being. This came in really important when it was COVID. But like Hyde Park, very famous park. You've got other ones. You've got other places nearby like Epping Forest and Hampstead Heath. So these are different type of green spaces. Again, they can use for walking, cycling, activities. That's not to mention the Queen Elizabeth II Park, which is the new Olympic Park as well, which is very an amazing green space as well, which is good. Okay, let's go for jobs then. Jobs. Obviously, everybody talks about the jobs in London, and that's going to be one of the opportunities. Employment / jobs. You can pretty much do any job you want in London. There's lots of tertiary and quaternary jobs, research, innovation, development, enterprise, all that sort of stuff. And here's the fact, 44% higher wages. So in London, you will be paid on average 44% more in your wage than anywhere else in the rest of the UK. So if you want to get paid well, go to London. They pay way more money on average compared to the rest of the UK. So the average wage for the UK is around about 37,000. For London, it's near £60,000. Yeah, massive wages down there. Other great things about London. I don't know if we can put this in, but yeah, it's recreation. So things to do. So you've got arts, you've got the arts museums, art galleries. You've got the West End for shows and things like that, performances and plays. You've got, if you're into your sports events, you've got Wembley. You've got the Oval for the cricket. You've got Wimbledon for the tennis. Like all the major sporting events are down there. Boxing at the O2 Arena. Whatever sport you're into, pretty much London has a central for that sporting activity. And we'll go for one more, which is, why is London a city of opportunities? Accessibility / connectability. So it's highly connected to the London Eye. Yes, maybe you could put there London Eye, yeah, in the sports and recreation. Yeah, loads of things that you just can't do in other places, whereas you can do there. Obviously, I even mentioned retail. You've got obviously Oxford Street. Shopping is amazing down in London. Accessibility and connectivity. Oh, what about the museums? How can we forget those, guys? Natural History Museum, oh, amazing. Science Museum. So you've got that like educational aspect to the city with the museums and the universities as well. Oh, yeah, maybe I should put the university here. It says education at the top. Imperial College London, it's called. That's one of the best universities in the world. Imperial College London. Amazing university. I think it's in the top 5. Imperial College London, amazing university. Accessibility and connectivity. So you've got 6 airports. If you're a geek, you can probably name all the 6 airports of London. Underground. You got the M1 motorway and the M4. Yeah, it's very connected, both internationally with airports and also it's got the underground itself to get around, and it's easy to get around London. Londoners don't really, many Londoners don't have a car. They don't need it. Right, we're going to head on to the last one then, the challenges of London. Challenges of London, and then we're going to wrap it up there. Then we're going to do our case study next Monday on Stratford, urban change. You don't want to miss that one, guys. That is a big case study. So, challenges of London. Hit us up in the chat. This is our last section. What are the problems of living in London? You can see how much space I've got left. What are the challenges of living down in the capital city? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you might have a question about opportunities and challenges. You might just have about one or the other. So here we go. Let's get started with them then. So first one, air pollution. I think I've got that one actually. No, but I'm going to put it. Air pollution. I could do with a fact about that, like how. Mod, are you in here? Can you get me a fact about air pollution rates in London for me? If you're still in the chat, that'd be amazing. Homelessness rates, yeah, that is not in there. That's definitely one. Yeah, homelessness rates. Let's add that. Let's add that one. In fact, I'm going to link that one to this one actually. I'm going to put here urban deprivation. Deprivation means that people are deprived of things. Often money. People might be deprived of money. People might be deprived of a house. That's why they're homeless. So urban deprivation and poverty. 1 in 4 Londoners live in poverty, which is not good, is it? Not good. And it's the most, It has the highest inequality of any city in the world. Highest inequality of any city. So the difference between the richest Londoner and the poorest Londoner is the biggest gap in the world. Yeah, you'll have people in London that are so like they've got literally nothing, not anything, not any money, not any assets, and then you've got people in London who are multi-billionaires. Okay, multi-billionaires in the same city, maybe living a few miles apart. It's crazy. Has the highest inequality than any other city in the UK and globally. Next one, trying to get through these. Cost of living is higher. Cost of living is 58% higher. So to buy food, to buy drink, to pay for the bus, everything in London costs more money, and on average it's 58% higher. Yes, disparities of wealth. That's what that one is there. Oh, how did I get that in? That's worth a point. That is, Bruno. Well done. Love that. Disparities of wealth. That is amazing. It's not a good thing in real life, but the answer is amazing. Disparities of wealth. Okay, good. What else we got? Housing. So because housing is not, there isn't many houses available, housing prices are very high. High house prices. The average house price in London at the moment is £556,000, or maybe easy to remember, £500,000. Crazy. Like, so you need £500,000 in your bank or to earn over your lifetime to live in London. That's why the wages are higher, because to pay for people to live there. But that is crazy. £500,000. I've got to try and fit 3 more in here, but I don't think I will be able to. Life expectancies are different. Life expectancy is different. Yeah. In some parts of London, such as Kensington, which is West London, nice. People live there on average 86 years. I'm running out of space here, guys. So in West London, which is Kensington, 86 years. In East London, such as Dagenham in East London is about 82 years on average. So yeah, even in the same city, literally 3 or 4 miles apart, the life expectancy is different because of wealth differences. Yeah, people have got more money, might have an healthier diet, might go to a spa, go on more holidays, retire earlier, pay for private healthcare. If you've got money, you tend to live longer. Yeah, so do well in your geography exams, get more money. You're probably going to live longer because money makes you have a nicer life generally. Okay, so 86 years in the wealthier areas of London, only 82 years in there. Higher crime, I can't put that on here, but higher crime. Technically, London does have pretty much an average crime rate, but you probably know, and I might just add it up here, knife crime is really high in London, unfortunately, which is very sad to say. Just going to put up here. I'm going to put here gangs and knife crime. It's really sad, but there is a youth epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, with knife crime in London. It's sad, but it happens, and it is high. Knife crime in London is higher than anywhere else in the UK, and it's a challenge. It's young people over territories, usually for drugs, which again is another challenge of London, drug use. The last one I want to talk about, though, in our revision is, and I know DP's mentioned this already, but it is urban sprawl. The city is just growing each day, and it's spreading out into areas, and it's destroying countryside. Destroying countryside. It's destroying the green belt around. I can't literally fit that on. It's destroying the green belt around London, the green land around London. As London just grows and it develops, it takes up more green space, and that leads to urban sprawl. It's a massive problem in London, and we lose habitat space, we lose countryside and things like that. So any of these in your exam, you could talk about in really good detail. Right, woohoo, look at that. So that is pretty much most of the topic again on one sheet. Because as I say, for this section, other than sustainability, this is the main things that you need to know. So you've got Dharavi, Mumbai, you've got Dharavi change, you've got London opportunities and challenges. I'm absolutely loving that. That's ace. I'm well happy with that, guys. Hopefully yours looks as good, ready for the 6th of June. It is. This will be question 1 on the 6th of June. Question 1. And yeah, all the important things that you're going to need for that section there. For our bank holiday special, we're going to look at Stratford. Urban change in London. We haven't managed to put it on here, so we're going to do just a case study on urban change, and that will cover everything then for London. I might do urban change and sustainability. Yeah, I'll do those two. Urban change and sustainability, and then that should set you right up for question 1 of the exam. But anyway, if you want to say anything, oh, we've got a facts. I think the moderator's disappeared. So Bruno, you can have a positive point there as well. There we go. We'll go to the quiz scores in a minute. Air pollution, 4,000 deaths a year. That's it. We've got to have a bit of 4,000 deaths per year linked to things like maybe asthma, bronchitis, things there. Maud, where have you been, eh? I told you, I'm looking for a fact. Anyway, probably fell asleep or something. I don't know. Guys, it's awesome to have you on the live revision. We're on back next Monday. We're going to look at Stratford, urban change in London. We're going to look at sustainability. You don't want to miss that one. Hit that notification bell. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. We love you following the channel. Let me just get rid of that bit now. Go back to full screen. Yeah, we love you following the channel. It also pushes out the content to other geographers that are in your horrible position of doing their exams this summer. AQA GCSE Geography. If you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button, please. It does really help. It helps the video. It helps the channel. It helps me. It makes me feel better after putting these revisions together. So thank you so much. Thank you to Bruno. The scores on the doors are Harry's disappeared, so I don't know where he went. Moderator, you didn't answer any, but thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it, moderator. James, you ended up with 7 points, so well done. You're in 2nd place. In joint 3rd place was Tay and DP, and then the winner is Bruno with 9 points. Well done to our quiz winner this week. Stay tuned. Don't miss next week's Urban Issues, Stratford and Sustainability. Thanks very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep revising geography for the summer. Let's smash it together. God, that was cheesy. Right, see you later, guys.